Happy Friday! Your Friday on Better Connecticut starts right now.
That was better than your taped recording of right now.
Well, they chose me. So anyway, welcome to Better Connecticut, TGIF. Don't be a sore loser.
All right, we have some upsetting news. Yeah. I'm sure you've heard. Of course, the senior royals are talking about, of course, Prince Philip. He has passed away.
And he almost made it to 100.
June 10th, he would have been 100.
It would have been his 100th birthday on June 10th. We know he's been not in good health for quite some time, but what an incredible life. Take a look.
Prince Philip will be remembered most simply as Queen Elizabeth's husband, her consort and constant companion. But he had royal titles to spare long before they met, born a Prince of Greece and Denmark. During his career with the British Royal Navy, he met the 13-year-old Princess Elizabeth and was assigned to entertain her with a game of croquet. The pair immediately hit it off. He wrote to the princess throughout World War II, and when the war ended, the dashing prince returned to England, renounced his right to the Greek throne, and became a British commoner. It wasn't long before the two were engaged.
I am so happy that on this, my third visit, my future husband is by my side.
Their royal wedding in 1947 at Westminster Abbey brought a much-needed celebration to a country still reeling from war. Prince Charles was born a year later. In 1952, Princess Elizabeth's father, King George VI, died of cancer, and Elizabeth became queen.
Royal dukes do their homage.
Prince Philip took a commanding role in his children's upbringing and education. He was also a sportsman who excelled in polo and sailing. He toured the world both alone and alongside his queen, developing a passion for protecting endangered animals.
If somebody doesn't look after them, I mean, they really will disappear.
Prince Philip was famous for his salty tongue, and his gaffes often made headlines, like when he told an African delegation dressed in traditional clothing they looked like they were ready for bed.
Half an hour later, mind if I go on? I've got to get to...
Prince Philip played a unique role in the royal family, one that his wife appreciated.
He has quite simply been my strength and stay all these years.
At age 97, Prince Philip gave up his driver's license following a crash near his country estate.
World's most experienced pluck unveiling.
Over 7 decades, he completed more than 22,000 solo appearances and thousands more alongside his wife, the Queen. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
You know, we don't always hear about his life. It's interesting when you watch The Crown, because he did have many of his own accomplishments, but his most enduring role was being by the Queen's side.
That is a world I just will never know. I mean, it's the croquet and the water polo and the sailing and it's just so royal.
It's just very royal.
It's very royal.
He was a royal. Okay.
He was a royal.
But there's a real life Forrest Gump. This Texas man, he was going cross country from Disneyland to Disney World.
You're right.
That's pretty cool.
Incredible.
All to raise awareness for diabetes.
Which he has, diabetes type 1 he has, and he said he's not going to let it deter him. And he ran, and they gave him a big welcome, Karen. When he got there, he thought he was going to throw him off the property.
That's what he thought, but instead they're like, are you the man who just ran across the country to come here?
Yeah, and he's like, are you the guard who's about to throw me off the property?
He's
like,
an
no,
Ironman athlete.
Yeah,
so just incredible. Incredible.
That really is incredible. So
I mean, can you imagine how long that would take? I mean, can you imagine he ran across the country?
Yeah, he literally 2,800 miles, I think it is.
That's incredible.
That is just incredible. All right, so the story that I could not understand earlier now makes all the sense in the world to me. Guac is no longer extra thanks to a charitable food donation from The Rock.
Yeah.
The Rock and his guac.
Yes, The Rock is giving you guac.
Okay, how does this
work? So Dwayne
work?
The Rock Johnson has a little marketing strategy. He has some tequila that he owns. And
what's the name of the tequila? Tamara something? Tamara, I think it is.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess it is.
Okay, so anyway, if you get, no, it's Teremana. Teremana.
Oh, Teremana. Pardon me.
Teremana. So Teremana tequila. So if you get Teremana tequila, then normally you have to pay extra for guac. You will say, I'm having a Teremana tequila cocktail, and then that company will Venmo you the money for the upcharge on your guac.
The Dwayne The Rock Johnson's company.
Yes.
So they're going to give you your money back. You have to upload the receipt and prove that you ordered. It's just so much work for like a $5 upcharge. It's just not worth the
it's
work.
not even that much for a little guac. Maybe $2.
How much is that? How much it is for an extra guac?
Well, I don't know. It depends on where you're going.
But the first thing they ask when you go into a Mexican restaurant is, "You want the guac?" And you're like, "Of course I want the guac."
Of course I want the guac.
I want the guac.
But do they mean a bowl of freshly made guacamole, or do they mean just a little side of guac?
Like at Agave in downtown Hartford?
Yeah, agave. Or they also have, at Ocho.
Ocho.
Ocho makes the tableside guacamole.
In West Hartford?
Yeah, Bishop's Corner.
I did not know that they made the
You
tables.
need to come have some guac with me, and maybe Dwayne The Rock will pay for
But
it.
the last time you went, you didn't order a drink. Got to order a drink. Unbelievable. Guac. Guac.
Guac,
Guac, guac, guac, guac, guac, guac, guac, guac, guac.
Never mind.
We're
Our
being-
director just challenged us to see how many times we could say that.
guac.
All right, so some never before heard music by Prince is now being released. Comes 5 years after
I
his
cannot
death.
believe he's been gone for 5 years. This is simply incredible.
He has some recordings that were released. It's called Welcome to America, and apparently he wrote and recorded the album before a tour in 2010, but it was never made public.
That's really cool. The title track, Welcome to America, is already streaming on several platforms, including Spotify and Apple Music. The album is going to drop July 30th. And as we all know, Prince died after an accidental overdose on opioid fentanyl. That was a very sad day.
It was a sad
That
day.
was a sad
I
day.
feel blessed. I was able one time to see him in concert.
Oh, you got to see? Oh, I did too.
Yeah.
At Mohegan Sun.
I saw him at the Fox Theater in Detroit, and he was incredible. He literally leaped off the stage, and they had these Buddha statues on the wall. It's one of those ornate theaters, and he like jumped off the stage, and he was dancing with the statues in the walls.
He was an incredible showman.
Really, and he was tiny, only like 5'2".
Yeah, he was a small. God bless him though. What a performer he was. All right, LinkedIn is adding new options for much-deserved titles. Job seekers can now list stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home dad on the social media site, which I think is good.
Yeah, when they ask for title, sometimes a lot of people have.
That's the
especially
hardest
during-
job I think on the earth.
Oh, absolutely, the hardest job. You don't get a lot of
You don't get a lot of thank yous. You just get a lot of, hey, Ma.
No positive reviews there. No,
Take
just
me to
kidding.
dance class.
All right, so no. But for a long time, we haven't been able to say that. And so many people, especially during the pandemic, have consciously left their jobs to stay home with the kids. So they might be on personal leave or a sabbatical. And now you can put a title and let them know what you're doing.
I think that's great.